Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca Rice and I teach family and portrait photographers to gain a life of freedom through a thriving photography business. I'm so excited for today's episode. We're talking all about the 5 things that I would do if I were starting a photography business in 2023. Let's dive in. Don't forget to like this video in case you haven't already and hit that subscribe button so that you know when new episodes go live every single week. Now, before we get too far, I wanted to let you know about a free class that I have for you guys that I think you'll enjoy. This is the 5 steps to launching your photography side gig. It is a completely free class and it's more information than I'm about to tell you. So if you get through this video and you're still hungry for more, go watch that free class. It's linked here in the description so you can watch it and get that photography side gig launched. Okay, so as I was thinking back, if I were going to start a business today, here in 2023, start a photography business, there are a handful of things that I would do right off the bat that I didn't necessarily do when I was starting my business several years ago. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through those things, and hopefully if you're watching this and you're planning on starting your business, you do it kind of the right way, in a way that I wish I would have. And so the very first thing that I would say is to get legit. Make sure that you have the legalities of your business set up before you ever take a penny for your work. This looks like getting a sole proprietor or registered as an LLC. I have a video and I'll link in the description for you about the difference between a sole proprietor and an LLC and which one might be right for you. I'm not a tax professional, but I can speak from my own experience. And so you can watch that video, talk to a tax professional, but it's so vital to make sure that you get legit before you take money from clients. Even if you're like, well, it's a hobby, I'm still learning. If you're taking money from people, you need to make sure that you are set up as a legal entity. It's not hard to do. It's fairly inexpensive. You can do it in a day. And so take the time to do that and get yourself legit. The second thing that I would do right off the bat if I were starting my business in 2023 is to invest in education. I spent a good year and a half noodling around on my camera, trying to figure it out. I knew what I wanted my photos to look like, but it just wasn't turning out that way. And it was very frustrating. And so I wasted a lot of time trying to figure out how to get it to look the way I wanted before investing finally in education to learn how to do it properly. And the beautiful thing is you don't have to go to college for this kind of education anymore. There are so many amazing online courses available. I've got some available if you want to learn, but that's one thing that I would have done right off the bat if I were starting my business this year in 2023. It would be to invest in education early so that I can learn how to do it the right way quickly and save so much time in the long run. And this education can look like learning how to shoot and edit, but also business education, how to, start a business and market myself well so that, I can, again, save all that time and really start getting paying clients in the door. So the third thing that I would do if I were starting my business today in 2023, it would be to make yourself look busy right off the bat, because obviously as you're first starting your business, you don't have a ton of paying clients coming in the door, but an interesting buyer psychology piece is people book with people who are busy. And so you want to make yourself look busy and in demand, even if you're not. So what does that look like? For one, it would be setting up model calls. You can, post in local Facebook groups or ask around and get families to volunteer to model for you. Now, when you're sharing about the session that you took as the model call, you don't have to tell the world that it was a model call, that it was free, all the things, but you will have nice images to be able to post on your website and post on your social media and show that you're booking. You can also reach out to family or family friends, people, anybody, honestly, that would get in front of your camera. This was a huge reason why my business took off as quickly as it did in those early years, because I made myself look so busy, and I was, asking anybody and everybody if I could take their family photos, and, they would say yes so graciously, and I would market the crap out of that session. So I would post about when I was prepping my gear for that session and location scouting for that session, and once we got there, interacting with the clients, and then editing their photos and delivering the gallery. There were so many pieces that I could post about. People didn't necessarily realize that it was all the same session, and it made me look really busy as all of a sudden, every week I had these clients, and I started having friends and family say, "Oh my gosh, Rebecca, your business is going great." And I was like, yeah. They had no idea that I hadn't had any paid clients yet. But the perception was, wow, she's really busy. I should get on her schedule so that, I make sure and I get a spot. And that's exactly what happened. So if I were you and you were starting a business this year, after you get legal and invest in education, I would make yourself look busy as much as possible with photography stuff so that you start, changing the narrative in your friends and family's minds from, oh, the girl with the nice camera to the girl that's a photographer. That's the key. Now, the fourth thing that I would do if I were starting a photography business in 2023 is I would start my VIP email list ASAP. Now, what is a VIP email list? Basically, it's a fancy way of saying the people that are on my email list. I call it my VIP list because who doesn't love to be a VIP? And basically, I tell people you can join my VIP list, my email list, and you get priority access to bookings and things like that. So everybody loves a little VIP perks. If you have, been building your portfolio, you can ask those people if they want to join your email list. If you've never shot for anybody, then anybody that you come across that you're working with in model calls or things like that, you can ask them to join your email list. Another thing you could do is you could run a giveaway. So maybe you give away a session, and to enter, they have to join your email list. There's so many different things that you can do, but the value of an email list is incredible. I think today more than ever, because, sometimes photographers put all their eggs in the social media basket. And the truth is, we don't own our social media followers. And so you could have, hundreds of thousands of followers, but you do not own those. And the algorithm that changes all the time decides who actually sees what you post. And so the majority of your followers are not actually seeing what you post anyways. So the thing with email marketing is you're guaranteed to land in their inbox every single time that you send an email. Whether they open it or not, they're seeing your name come up. And so I'm telling you, email marketing is the easiest and the fastest way to reach your warmest leads, or the people that like, know, and trust you already. You can reach those people, get them to book faster, and it's going to take some time to build up your email list, but that's one of the reasons that I say start early so that you don't have to waste a lot of time and then be, 2 years into this and still not have an email list. So start it early and you'll thank me later, I promise. Now, the last thing that I would say for sure that you want to do if you are thinking about starting a business in 2023 is to have a system for sending contracts and invoices. And there are tons of CRMs, which is a client relationship management system. There's tons available. My personal favorite is Dubsado, just because they have incredible automations and workflows and things like that, so that you can set things up once and then not have to think about it. And your clients are being served well, and it's all automated. But either way, even if you don't start out with setting up the automations, at least have the system in place so that you can be sending your contracts and invoices. I know when I first started, I was literally printing out contracts and having my clients sign them and send them back to me and write a check, and it was just a massive pain. Guys, it's 2023, so we're in the digital age, so you want to make sure these systems like Dubsado, it's amazing because you can send digital contracts where they sign electronically, and they, email it back to you, or really they just hit submit and it is sent back to you. They can pay online using a credit card or a bank transfer, and it's so much simpler. So you want to make sure you set up your CRM early. It also helps make you look more legit, right? Then you're not printing out contracts and having your clients sign it and mail it to you or drop it off at your door, that you have this electronic system. They are fairly affordable, and I'm telling you, they are 100% worth it. So go ahead and invest in that system. So there you have it. Those are the top 5 things that I would do right off the bat if I were to start a business in 2023. I hope those things are helpful for you. If you have any questions at all about any of those pieces, feel free to comment here below and I'd love to answer, or find me on Instagram at Rebecca Rice Photography and shoot me a DM and we can chat there. Whatever it is, your preferred way, let's do it. But be sure to sign up for that free class if you haven't already. It's linked in the description. And I hope this was helpful. So we'll see you back next week with another video. Bye guys.